I'm Steve Gerras. I'm a retired Army colonel, and I also have a doctorate in industrial and organizational psychology from Penn State. So I served 25 years in the Army, retiring. My last duty assignment was here on the War College faculty as a professor. I've been here for 11 years in a civilian capacity in the Department of Command Leadership and Management, and our department teaches core courses to all students in strategic leadership and another course in defense management. And then I spend my spring teaching several electives in what is really my passion, which is critical thinking and judgment. I think the students hopefully can detect a constant passion for the topic. So whether I'm teaching my base seminar in the core courses in strategic leadership and defense management, or hopefully, or most assuredly in my elective, they detect that I'm just passionate about this. And I try to convince them that this is something that does not only apply to maybe their next assignment or the rest of their military career, but it probably applies, or definitely applies, to the rest of their life, to include their personal life, where they're making all kinds of decisions on house buying and investing and how to interact with their kids or deal with a problem child. You know, understanding things from multiple perspectives, empathizing with the person you're talking to, and trying to see things from multiple angles is just one of the key things to developing an appreciation of the context in order to make a better decision. The most important thing, which we really don't even teach, but we do discuss when we're talking about critical thinking, is being willing to change your mind. And so the first day of the first class in the elective, I tell students to write down 2 things they're passionate about and 1 thing that they've changed their mind on in the last decade. And students struggle with that. And what's interesting is we go through the elective and the topics get presented, just any kind of topic. You can tell when it touches on one of those things that a student said they were passionate about, they're not open to changing their mind on it. So then we can literally stop and say, all right, what is it that would cause you to change your mind on this topic? What kind of information would be presented to you, or what should we research? And it's both interesting and exciting, but also sometimes frustrating to just watch students go completely blank. And they'll say things like, I can't imagine there's any information that could change my mind on this. And then I'll say, okay, well, how about telling us or discussing with the group the opposite perspective, you know, relevant perspective to how you currently feel about the topic. And I've had students say, there is no other perspective. The students graduate, especially from my elective, and they end up sending me emails back saying, I've been in this meeting and here's how the 4 things we talked about were incredibly useful. In fact, I'm sitting down here on the National Security, you know, in the National Security Council position, or I'm sitting here advising the combatant commander, and me just being able to present a couple of the concepts that we talked about in this course caused the very senior leader to go, let me think about that differently. You know, tell me some more about that. And that's probably the most rewarding thing that happens when you're a War College faculty, is you get feedback from your graduates about the impact that the topics you discussed, the content you presented, or maybe even things that you yourself presented to them, has enabled them to be better at doing what we want them to do, which is at being advisors to strategic leaders or being strategic leaders themselves.